Saddle Bronc rider Traylin Martin maybe just had the biggest weekend of his young career. He's 20 years old from the little town of Faith, South Dakota, and was 92 on All or Nothing to win the rodeo in Austin, Texas. Traylin, welcome. Congratulations. Let's talk about the championship round in Austin. Andrews Rodeo Company's All or Nothing. Am I right in saying that horse is one of the here's your softball question in the interview. That horse is one of the most popular horses for bronc riders to get on right now?
Oh, absolutely. It's been top three, in the runnings for horse of the year the last couple years. And I mean, I sure haven't been on anything that feels as good as that one does. So that's top of the line in terms of drawing.
How many times have you been 90 in your career?
Besides Saturday, none.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Austin, biggest winner of your young career so far?
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. No. There's not another one that comes close to it anyway.
Yeah. So tell me the Traylin Martin story. Kind of take us into how you became a good saddle bronc rider.
Oh, a lot of help. I guess grew up around rodeo, and my dad rode broncs from Faith. So I mean, bronc riding's kind of bred into a lot of us, but just coming up through the high school ranks and that stuff, it took a lot of hard work to actually get to a point where a guy can actually compete with the amount of talent that there's out there.
Yeah. I was thinking about what am I going to ask Traylin, and I thought it would be cute and clever to ask this question. How big is Faith, South Dakota?
Not very big. It doesn't take very long to get across that town.
Yeah. And on a percentage basis, how many really good saddle bronc riders come out of the little tiny town of Faith, South Dakota?
Quite well over the years, quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few. I don't know. I couldn't tell you a percentage, maybe 10. I don't know. I know there's a good bit of the boys. Everyone gives a shot at bronc riding anyway, that's for sure. So
yeah. It's kind of a where is Faith? Tell us about Faith. I mean, I asked you jokingly, how big is it? Not very, but this is a little town. I mean, if saddle bronc riding isn't the school mascot, it probably should be.
It probably should be, honestly. No, it's middle of nowhere pretty well. Middle of South Dakota, a couple hundred people, and then a couple hundred people within 60 miles around there. So great community though, but it's very compact. Describe
your ride on All or Nothing. Take us through that 8 seconds. What do you remember about that ride?
Well, honestly, not a whole lot. I've been trying to remember bits and pieces. I don't remember the first part of the ride, that's for sure. I remember everything leading up to it. I remember kind of in the middle there, looking down, picking up on my rein and just, toes turned out on him. And it felt amazing, just a ton of hang time. And then I remember the flank wrapping around my arm about 5 seconds. And I was trying to keep my arm back, but then it caught my foot. And then I was just like, just trying to get it off. I remember that part. So,
well, whatever you did, it must have been right. They marked you 92 points. The horse was a lot of that, but you were a lot of that too. When something like that happens, when a flank wraps around your arm or something like that, how distracting is that?
Yeah, it's distracting enough. It's very distracting when your foot's caught and you can't get to the front end. I've had it wrapped around my arm quite a few times, and that's not the worst thing in the world. But catching around the foot was new, and it's not a very good feeling. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So you're in the top 10 in the world standings right now. I don't know if you've looked at it or if you pay any attention to that. This all of a sudden you're sitting there in the race to go to the national finals rodeo. Have you given that?
That's always the goal. That's always been the goal. When I started, when I was 18, I won my second pro rodeo I ever went to, and I bought my card. It was pretty dumb, 18-year-old mistake, but at the time, I mean, that was always the goal. I mean, on a permit, you can't do it. And I figured if you can't make the finals on this, why stay on it? I realize now, with the qualifications and, how it all works a bit more now, how that, is kind of a mistake, but I know, like, that's always been the goal. So from that point on, it's just been working on my riding and getting to a point where I can make the same spur ride on all these horses. That's gonna win me money. So
You are in college. You go to West Texas College, where the college rodeo coach is a great promoter of his young athletes, in addition to being a really good college rodeo coach. Tell me about Greg Rhodes and going to school at West Texas.
it was a great decision in my opinion. Greg's helped me a lot with the mental aspect of riding, and the old saying, Bronc or like rough stock is 90% mental and the rest is in your head is absolutely true. If you don't allow your body and your mental state to be one, you're not going to perform at a high level. You have to, every single time you get in the chute, you have to be on top of your game up here. Otherwise, you can't allow your body to perform. And I've learned a great deal about the mental part of it going here, which has catapulted me, and I feel like in my riding ability in just a couple years.
So how do you manage your schedule between your commitment to college rodeo and your desire to go to professional rodeos? I notice you're entered in the PRCA Bears and Broncs Challenge in Havre, Montana this weekend, for example. How do you balance all of that?
Well, just entering around college rodeos, trying to keep my commitment, to making them. A lot of Friday perfs at the pro rodeos. Not necessarily, usually Saturday is kind of the day a guy wants at a lot of rodeos, but entering around them, and then on the weekends we got off, maybe picking up an extra duck off rodeo to make up for some you miss. But it works itself out, especially in the Southwest region here. A lot of them are down here, like Austin, like the old Texas swing is down here within a couple hours, so it's easy to make them. So
yeah, got it. Traylin Martin joining us. He just won the rodeo in Austin, Texas. Really talented young saddle bronc rider. I actually put you a little higher in the standings than you are, Traylin. I said you're in the top 15. You're in the top 30, but that still gives you a pretty good shot to, come out of. I'm guessing you'll have a lot of rodeos to use once the college rodeo season's over and you get into the summertime.
Yep. My count's really low right now. We get 100 rodeos every year, and I think I'm like at 17, 18 right there, which is perfect to be right in the top 30 right now. So once we finish up these college rodeos and I finish up college, we'll be on the road. So
awesome.
We'll be going.
Traylin Martin joining us. He was 92 points on the Andrews Rodeo Company's All or Nothing. I told you when we talked earlier today, that horse has got to be getting some consideration from the guys for Horse of the Year award. I mean, as many 90s, Sage Newman was 91, I think, at the NFR last year. Brody Cress has been 90. You were just 92. Those kind of big scores have got to get the saddle bronc riders' attention, I would think.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been top 3 horse last couple of years. You had Black Tie, and then Explosive Skies won it last year. I in my opinion, I think it's All or Nothing's year. So it's stayed the same. It's got better with every trip, and it, like you said, it's carried a lot of guys to 90-point rides. So
yeah. There you go. Traylin, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Enjoy college. Say hi to Mr. Rhodes for me, and we'll catch up with you somewhere down the line.
Perfect. Thank you, Steve.